just been encouraged to share a little bit about what's been going on in my experience for the last few months, because as a fellow human, a fellow aspect of consciousness having a human experience, I normally find that whatever it is that I'm experiencing, most of us are experiencing as well. And on a very elementary level, I've lost several people who've been very important to me in my life in the last few months. And I'm also going through a restructuring of my family as well, which has been really, really challenging. I actually did a channeling a few months ago before all of this unfolded about how when you lose somebody, it's like a reference point to who you are being removed. And it's not that something is missing anymore, it's more that you're going to be provided with new reference points for who you are, more of who you are. So a lot of the experiences that happened in the last few months for me crescendoed with me losing my father. So losing. My father transitioned into another experience. And I was with him in his home in Victoria for the weeks leading up to that. His wife also passed away from cancer, and I was there for that as well. And he actually decided that he wanted to finish his experience here on the planet. So that was very intense. It was intense because I knew that it was going to happen. It was intense because I was in the dilemma of, should I discourage this person to do this? And yet, all of the conversations about all of the things that are left from my dad's experience, everything that we know about relationships, everything that we know about identity, put me in a position where all I could do was speak the truth about what I know. And it was really, really challenging time for me. Just before my father passed away, he asked me to do a channeling for him. And I haven't done one for my dad for about 10 years. A few of you will know that he used to come alongst the meditation classes I used to go to years and years ago, but he hasn't really been involved in the scene for a long time. And so the message, I just wanted to share with you the message that came out for him, because I believe it's important to all of us. And the message was a response to his question, why is life so painful? And why have I had so much pain in my life? I don't want to have any more pain. And he was really talking about emotional pain. He'd been through 4 marriages and had had some estrangement from children. And is a very, very sensitive soul. And I know you don't mind me sharing these personal details. The message, in essence, for him, which I believe is for all of us, is that the whole point of the human experience is about intensity. If you think about us as being multi-dimensional beings and having everything distilled into a third-dimensional experience, you can't really get much more intense than that. That's mass concentration of focus. Now, it's easy for us to think that, well, most of us is out here and only a portion of us is here. But we know that with all the changes that are happening on the planet right now, there's more and more and more and more of us here, particularly in the last 60 years. So if there's more and more of us here, life is getting more and more intense. What we feel is more intense, what we experience is more intense, the changes come more often. And we're really experiencing in one lifetime now what our ancestors would have experienced in several lifetimes. The structures of our world could tell us that that lack of continuity, that lack of consistency is a failure. Or somehow you haven't learned your lessons. Somehow you got it wrong. And that was certainly how my dad was feeling at the time. But after hearing the words of the whole point of the experience was to have as intense an experience as you can, he actually came to a place where he felt as if he had accomplished what he came here to do. And it was my greatest wish that my dad would be at peace with that and then live his life here in joy and go and create some things. and now feel free to walk here in the peace of knowing that he had been successful in his human experience. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But I do believe that that message is a really important one for all of us starting 2019, because wow, is it intense right now. And even in the last 3 days, the wave of depression and anxiety that's been coming through is huge. Huge. So what do? Do we retreat from it? Do we say, I'm going to go into my quiet space until I feel better? Or do we actually embrace the intensity? What happens when you actually go into it? What happens when you actually say, there is anxiety, there is fear, what is this? And really, that's our invitation as we start 2019.